Here's to feeling good all the time.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
Hey, you know what would make a great coffee table book? A coffee table book about coffee tables.
I don't have a square to spare. I can't spare a square.
But I don't want to be a pirate!
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
My name is Judge.
Hey, Judge.
That joke was funny in the raincoats, and it's still funny today.
Okay. You're Vinnie. My name's Matt. Welcome to the Season 5 recap. We're going to be going over some of our favorite episodes from Season 5, some of our least favorite episodes. We've got favorite girlfriends, favorite boyfriends, favorite Jerry, George, Kramer, Elaine moments. What else, Vinnie? Favorite stand-up?
We got single-shot characters that were only in a single episode, but we still loved them so much we got to talk about them today.
And we've also got plenty of questions from our listeners on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, via email that we're going to cover in the last hour of this week's episode. But, just want to give everyone just a quick thanks for your continued support on Seincast. Vinnie and I do this show every week, and we really keep doing it for you guys because it's just so much fun to connect with you online and just hear your comments, what you thought about the episode, what we got wrong, which happens quite a bit
Every week.
But thank you to everyone for your continued support. Even if you just listen to the show and you never touch base with us online, or if you don't leave a review on iTunes or anything like that, it doesn't matter. Just listening to the show and getting your support that way, it just means a lot.
Notice you had to plug the iTunes review thing again in there. Yeah, but...
Or if you haven't donated to the show, you know.
Why not? We got a Tumblr you can donate to. Well, yeah, I love the fandom. I love the enthusiasm. We got a lot of regulars that always contribute to the Facebook page. We got a lot of people on Twitter that are always reaching out. And it's so fun because they love the show as much as we do. And there are others. And we appreciate you guys tuning in each week. So thank you.
All right, Vinnie. Well, let's get started with our top 5 favorite episodes. I can't believe it. This is the, second, third time we've done this. And I always wait until the last minute to come up with my my list of favorite moments, favorite, single shots.
We were actually scheduled to record at 9, and I got a text at 8:55 saying, "Can we go at 9:30?" So
it's hard.
Without fail, yeah.
You can relate to this, right? Is this an easy list to come up with? Your favorite moments? I
always scrutinize over this. The anxiety I get with coming up with mine, and then I see the rumblings on Facebook and Twitter, and I go to myself, man, that's a good one too. Why did I include that? But I stuck with what was my impulse, my gut response when I looked at each of these criteria, top episodes and etc.
You mentioned on the season 4 recap how this is just our list today. Talk to us tomorrow. It could be completely different. It's
fluid, it's dynamic, it's always changing. Even my top 5 episodes, I'm like, those are my top 5? Yeah, I guess they are. But they'll change in a week. So this is the list today. Right. I whittled the list down today.
Well, let's start with our top 5 favorite episodes from Season 5, Vinnie. If you check out our show notes, or if you've been listening to our podcast this season, you might already know our top 5.
A little deductive reasoning. If you check out the top 20 and you see which from Season 5, you might already know what's coming.
Yeah. Well, let's start with your number 5, Vinnie. Number 5.
My number 5 favorite episode from Season 5 used to be in my top 20. It just got bumped, but that would have to be the puffy shirt.
Ah, the puffy shirt.
For me, what I like about that episode, there's that, we use the word iconic a lot in this show, and that's one of those moments in Seinfeld. When you see Jerry, he's wearing that shirt, and he looks so put out that he has to wear this thing on the Today Show. That's what I remember from that episode. And I love the fact that that was the one article that made it into the Smithsonian Museum of American History.
That's right.
And, Jerry's doing the interview. He's like, I can't believe it's come to this. You really are lowering your standards, But I love the low talker in the episode. That's one of the great girlfriends of all time. But for me, that does seem like a classic, so that's why it's my number 5.
And the Low Talker really seems to be the first time we get a nickname.
That's right.
Not first time, really, but one of the earliest nicknames for a character, from Low Talker to Close Talker to High Talker.
And one of the moments we all love from that show is actually from an audience member when the gang is coming out of the restaurant and they see these 2 homeless guys wearing puffy shirts, and you hear the woman, everybody say it with me at home, "Oh my God!" And we all cringe a little bit, but that's a great moment in that show. So that,
Great moment.
there it is. Yeah, it's part of the history.
Oh man, that reason alone is why the puffy shirt is not in my top 5.
Oh, well, fine, mister. What's your top 5 then? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is the Cigar Store Indian. I love this episode mainly because it's just so awkward and tense between Jerry and Winona. I love that moment when he's outside with her and they've patched things up. And then Kramer drives by in the taxi. Hey, look what I got. Oh, it's just it's possibly the worst thing that could happen in that moment.
Yeah, each time he has to kind of walk the line very carefully, tread lightly without saying the wrong thing. And we see him, as the audience, we're like, oh, he's about to say it. And he has to stop himself. And she's kind of wise to him until it finally blows up in his face after the 3rd time.
Also, I should mention the George storyline that week with... Sylvia, and the coffee table with the ring. You also have the genesis of the coffee table book about coffee tables. That great scene with Frank and Estelle when they come home from their trip, and what is this? A prophylactic wrapper? So
also
there's
getting a receipt at a toll booth.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on in that episode that definitely makes it my top 5. Your number 4, Vinny. What do you got?
My number 4 episode includes a shot of B12. I'm going with the mango. This was early in the season, one of the first episodes we reviewed.
Yeah.
There we go. I think what I liked the most about it was the fact that Jerry and Elaine got back together once again, this time just for sex. And the whole discussion in the booth with the orgasm talk. She had an orgasm. She didn't have an orgasm. Drive you nuts. And Elaine being one of the boys. And then the reveal when she faked her orgasms with Jerry. And she was so pleased with herself, kind of getting one up on Jerry. And both he and George were shocked.
How often did she do that?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Panting, the moaning, the screaming. I love that moment.
I mean, it really is one of the greatest Jerry-Elaine story arcs in the entire series. Yeah. I mean, possibly the best.
And then you got Jerry being so upset and put out by this whole situation that he's, accusing Elaine of being a phony. He's all upset about Meryl Streep. And I don't know, maybe you're faking. You contrast that with George, who can't make the transformation happen with his girlfriend, with the risotto broth.
I always... Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Karen. No, that's the masseuse.
Well, Karen's twice.
You're right. Oh, my God.
Yeah. We should have done our homework.
I always think it's the girl that goes, crib notes? You've got crib notes?
That's Nancy Klopper, right?
Yes, and that's the move. My bad.
Yeah. So, Mango's a solid episode for me, so that's why it's my number 4.
Right on. Wanted to give a shout out here to Jamie. She was the only one that wrote in saying that the Mango was her favorite episode from season 5.
Kramer faked it.
Why?
If it's enough already and I want to get some sleep.
Okay.
That's another thing I love about that episode is those lines that an actor says and then another actor repeats it, unbeknownst to the other, but we as the audience are like, they just said that. They were calling a joke. It's great.
Is it possible that Kramer and Elaine's coworker hooked up? Like maybe they both faked it at the same time?
Ooh, now you're off on a tangent.
Renee was her name, right?
I think we have a spinoff idea.
Okay.
Fakers on NBC this fall.
No more spinoffs.
Okay.
My number 4, I don't know if you're interested, but... Nodding off. My number 4 is The Lip Reader. Love Marlee Matlin. I mean, come on, people.
Who doesn't love Marlee Matlin?
Yeah, she's just wonderful. That moment in the Chinese restaurant between George, Jerry, and Laura, the lineswoman, as Jerry and George are covering up their mouths, she could come to the party, and read Gwen's lips for me.
She's not a novelty act, George, that you hire out for weddings and bar mitzvahs.
Yeah, just that scene, and then she has that killer line at the end. Sure, I'll do it. And then fast forward to the party itself, and Kramer is the one signing for her. And
Hi, Gwen. Hi, Tide.
High tide.
No, Todd.
Love
That's
that
what
line
Pete
too.
said.
You know, I love carrots, but I hate carrot soup. I hate peas, but I love pea soup. So do I. Just little moments like that I love. Not to mention the actor's name is escaping me. The limo driver for Elaine.
Chris Darga.
Yes, fantastic guest star as well. He's really funny.
I like to do the jumble.
Yes, the jumble line. Going to the beginning with George eating that sundae, and he's just got it all over his face. It's just all in all, firing from all cylinders, that episode.
It's a good argument for why that episode should be in the top 5. Damn.
Well, what do you got for your number 3, Vinny?
My number 3 includes a snuggly baby, Adam from the Hamptons. My number 3. We just did this episode a couple weeks ago, and this one always sticks out for me when I arrive at it on my disc and I see we're at the Hamptons. I know we're going to see Jane topless. I know George is going to one-up Rachel with the lobster. It tends to shrink in the water. And the ugly baby, and Elaine trying to kind of trick Dr. Pfeffer into giving away. Is she really breathtaking, or is the baby breathtaking? But this is one of those classic Seinfeld episodes. I will always watch it when it's on.
And I don't know if you feel the same way I do, but the term shrinkage, I think, might be one of the greatest Seinfeld-isms ever created.
Yeah, it's part of popular culture, and it's all because of Peter Melman, Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld, and the rest of the gang.
Oh, Carol Leifer, don't forget about her.
I forgot about the leaf. Love the leaf, baby.
I'm kind of spoiling things, but I have a good feeling that we have switched our number 1s and our number 3, because your number 3 is my number 1. My number 3, I know, is your number 1, which is the opposite.
You just blew my mind.
Which means that our number 2, I'm just destroying this top 5 altogether. Our number 2 is, say it at the same time,
the Marine
Biologist. Okay.
We did it.
Let's just talk about all 3 episodes. So my number 3 is the opposite. That's your number 1, right?
My number 1.
There you go. We got Marine Biologist as number 2, and Hamptons is my number 1, your number 3. Just to piggyback off the Hamptons, man, that to me is not only my favorite episode this season, one of my favorite episodes of all time. Right now it's in my top 3. I doubt it will move. It might. I think it moved.
Hey.
But I just love that episode for everything you said, to just the setting, the relationship between George, Rachel, and Jane.
Yeah.
Which I'll bring up later in our show. I can't say enough about that episode, and it's such a shame that is the only Peter Melman, Carol Leifer episode.
Yes, why didn't they team up more?
Yeah, it's a shame. But
such a great report, and just hearing them talk about the episode and their experiences writing, and little callbacks to how they came up with these ideas, real pleasure.
But my number 3, the opposite. I don't have nearly as much praise for this episode as you do, so I'll be short here. Just classic episode. This is a game changer, and I love that it happens almost at the halfway point through the entire series. It's the 86th episode out of 180. It's the moment where we're going to shift, and we're going to shift into soup mode, and we're going to meet Mr. Pitt. We're going to have regular appearances by George Steinbrenner. It's that tonal shift, and it's wonderful, as you put it always, Vinny, to see George win for once. That's what the episode is all about.
It's a hinge point in the series. It's a pivot. This is the transition where both the characters of George and Elaine go off in these separate directions. And for one episode, George is up and Elaine is down, and it's pure brilliance, which is why I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the Marine Biologist, since that's our number 2.
George's monologue at the end, he got it in one take. And the reveal of the Titleist, pulling it out from his shirt, showing it to Kramer, the reaction, the final blow, as the actors will say in the interviews. That is one of the, if not the best Seinfeld moment of all time. And I think we've touched on in the past how we really like when characters get to do a little monologue here and there. We have George doing this one in The Marine Biologist. We have Kramer doing a little one about who wants to drive out to Rockaway and hit him into the ocean? We've had Elaine before in previous seasons where she talks about that numbskull and the from Yakima, I believe, with the 5-car pileup. And then Jerry's going to have one in the race next season, as well as Kramer driving the bus in the fire. So these monologues really seem to elevate both our love of the characters as well as the episodes themselves.
Yes, absolutely. My favorite episode of all time, The Boyfriend, has that solid, Jerry JFK monologue.
Yes.
Second Spitter, which I love too. I love it when a monologue can really elevate an episode as a whole. And I think Marine Biologist is probably the best example of that, because without the monologue, I don't really know how memorable that episode would be. It's a great one, but it's the writing, it's Jason's performance, and it's that, the dovetailing, bringing together the George storyline with the Kramer storyline. Oh. It's almost like a twist, because I remember the first time I saw it, I did not see that coming at all.
It's all quite comical.
So we asked all of our listeners on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for some of their favorite episodes, and we sympathize with you guys. It is impossible to come up with your favorite episode or
I
episodes.
hate doing it.
Yeah, rather, from this solid season. It's so tough. No surprise here. The top 2 episodes were The Opposite and The Marine Biologist.
Hey, they have good taste.
Yes, and it was pretty close. I was, tallying up the scores from, or the votes rather, from our emails and all the Facebook posts, and it looked like The Marine Biologist was going to be number 1, but The Opposite was the one that people voted on the most. So
I don't mess around, baby.
So you got The Opposite for number 1 from our listeners. You got The Marine Biologist at number 2. It wasn't close, but number 3 was The Hamptons. And then this was really interesting. I kept going all the way to actually 7, because these were all kind of lumped together. They all had about the same amount of votes. You have The Dinner Party, The Raincoats, The Fire, and The Puffy Shirt. Those ones all got around the same amount of votes, which I thought was really interesting, because
all solid choices. You can't go wrong with any of those picks. 3
of those, didn't make it into our top 5. So wanted to give them, some honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might seem kind of silly when we talk about how fantastic season 5 is, but were there any episodes for you, Vinny, especially on this We Watch?
We Watch.
It started already.
A little bitty watch.
Were there any episodes that you didn't really care for, or on this rewatch you realized, hey, this episode doesn't really do it for me?
No, but because you got a gun to my head and I have to pick a least favorite episode.
Hang on a second. The gun is not loaded.
There's a gun, yes. But there are 2 episodes that I'll say were less likable than others. And I'm going to go with The Sniffing Accountant.
Oh, interesting.
And it's actually a good episode. I like the exclamation points about it. I like...
it's a funny way to put it.
I like
the exclamation points.
Yeah, I care about punctuation. I love the scene where Jerry, Kramer, and Newman are in the car.
Oh, for sure.
And they're like those sheiks with those fuzzy beards, and they're plotting against Barry Prophet. And I love the scene with Kramer. Here's to feeling good all the time, and he drinks that beer in one gulp, followed by that belch. Love the outtake from that scene. That's a damn good beer. Yeah. But what I don't really care for the character of Barry Prophet. He's so sleazy, but I guess that's what is part of what makes him the sniffing accountant. How he is really mixed up in drugs and going to Colombia, spending all Jerry's fortune. But I think the thing I least like about that episode is the fact that mohair sweater is...
Or mohair.
What did I say?
Mole hair, but that actually will come up in our questions.
I know somebody said that. Mohair, excuse me. I think I subconsciously read that. That sweater, like, it's almost like you can see it a mile away because it's so out there. And even we already saw Carrie Sokol wear it in a previous episode. It's like, oh man, that sweater has to be... Why would Jerry have that sweater? And why would he just be talking about it? And why would he wear it at the coffee shop? So that's what I don't really care for about the sniffing accountant. But having said that, still a good episode. Johnny!
Another great moment. I love when there's an episode you don't really care for, but you can point to some classic scenes in it.
Yeah.
I mean, even when Seinfeld is at its worst, or at least you don't care for it, you can still, get some good meat off that bone. Is that an okay analogy? And it's funny, the sniffing accountant, the character played by John, is it Capellos or Capellos? Probably Capellos.
Let's go with Capello.
John Capellos. Everyone knows him from 16 Candles, and I actually was making a connection while you were talking with The Breakfast Club. He has those great scenes with Paul Gleason, who plays Mr. Cushman in The Opposite. So two Breakfast Club alums. Well, Vinny, I don't feel like judging you too harshly on the sniffing accountant. Fine episode, great scenes in it. But I don't know how you'll feel about my least favorite episode this season. That would be The Conversion.
Oh yeah, I remember you weren't as fond of that episode as some of the others.
Yeah, Conversion is not only one of my least favorite episodes this season, but it's an episode that I won't watch. You know what I mean? If it's on the disc, I'll skip it.
But why? You got Latvian Orthodox, you got the Kavorka, you got a Slinky from Sister Roberta.
Yeah.
George says fada when he's going to take his final vows.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know.
What is it?
I feel really bad because I think Bruce Kirschbaum wrote the episode or has a story by credit, and he also contributed The Old Man, which we didn't care for. And so I feel like I have something against Bruce Kirschbaum. I don't. But there's just something about the tone of that episode. It just doesn't feel like Seinfeld to me. Okay. I'm not as eloquent as you are, obviously. The setting with the priests, with the hats, it just doesn't feel right. It seems too, here's that term, sitcom-y for me to really enjoy it. And in fact, I can't even remember what Jerry or Elaine's storyline is. Oh, God, Jerry's girlfriend with Bonkers, the cat. Remember, we didn't really care for her.
That voice.
And Elaine is dating that asshole doctor.
Fungus?
Yeah. Was he a doctor? Podiatrist,
yeah.
Yeah.
George got into podiatry school.
Just a weak Elaine storyline. Just as a whole, doesn't really do it for me. One episode that actually caught me off guard, because I remember really liking it. However, on this rewatch, it didn't do it for me. That was The Glasses.
That was my honorable mention for least favorite episode.
There you go. Okay, so we're on the same page, at least with that one.
I was going through my list of all top fives and my favorites, but when you asked me to pick least favorite episode, Sniffing Accountant was my number one. And then I perused by The Glasses, and I'm like, yeah, that episode's kind of meh for me. Mm-hmm. But
great moments in these episodes, just as a whole. Yeah.
You got Cousin Jeffrey, you got Uncle Leo, who's so up Cousin Jeffrey's ass, and then you got Amy, who needs the air conditioner because she's a little hot.
Poor Anna Gunn, from everyone's hatred of Skylar on Breaking Bad to now our hatred of...
She can't catch a break.
Yeah.
But you got the great scene of Elaine getting bit by a dog and then having to get the rabies shot, and that wonderful doctor. Not shot.
Oh, yeah.
Dog bite.
And I love that. It's a little moment, but when Elaine, after she's been bit, she holds the door open for Jerry. Thank you. Taxi! Yes.
As well as Dwayne from J&T Optical. I forget the actor's name, but he's also a great single-shot character this season.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So, hey, I'm glad that we're seeing eye to eye on at least one of these. I know you hate saying anything bad about your little babies here.
I think it's more like eye to chin, but okay. I know I'm onward and upward.
Now I'm looking over the comments on Facebook. Most people went with, as I mentioned, The Opposite, the Marine Biologist, the Hamptons. But there were a few episodes that only got one vote. And I just want to go over them real quick. We have one for The Stall. Remember the Stall?
That's a fine episode.
Yes. The Pie got one vote.
Poppy, love him.
The Barber only got one vote.
It's Enzo Machinero.
And our two least favorite episodes, The Conversion and The Sniffing Accountant, both got one vote. So, there still is some love. You don't always have to go with the obvious number one choice. You can still go with...
Seinfeld is a spectrum.
Well, let's move on to our favorite girlfriends and boyfriends from this season, Vinny. Did you do just a number one, a top three? How did this work for you?
I have a number one and two honorable mentions.
Okay.
So I can do the honorable mentions first if you like.
Screw it. Let's just do our number one. What is your number one girlfriend from season 5?
I think it goes without saying, but I have a soft spot for the BL, the beautiful lineswoman, Laura, Marlee Matlin from The Lip Reader.
Yes. I talked about her a little bit in our top 5. Anything you want to add or anything that...
She just knocked it out of the park that week. She seemed to be such a good sport with all the jokes. Meaning her, I guess the actress as well as the character and how she played along with George and Jerry at the dinner table, as well as being the lip reader at the party. Mm-hmm. And then she, what's the one quality you want in a girl? Grace. And she had that in buttloads. So, what a sentence. But I really like.
I wonder how
Marlee
you
Matlin.
would sign buttloads to Marlee Matlin.
There's the question we ask her when we meet her. Yeah, she's my number 1 girlfriend for season 5.
Well, I think you made a wise decision there. I kind of struggle with this topic because is it, the girl you're like attracted to the most, or is it the character you like the most?
I think I know what you're going to go with, and I think you're going to go with character.
Well, you know me pretty well because shocking.
Wait. Before you say it, is she really, really great?
She is. Toby.
I knew it.
Toby is my favorite girlfriend from the season. I know that's just shocking. People are turning off their podcasts all around the world.
Man. She's brimming with positivity. What can you not love about that?
I love Toby. I just love the character. VN Cox's performance. The performance is just ratcheted up to an 11. It's so out of control. It's so over the top. She goes for it, and I applaud her for that because not only is there effort there, but I think it totally works within that episode. So yeah, she is my number one girlfriend. But I do have a few honorable mentions. These are more the characters like your Laura, the lineswoman, Vinnie, that I'm attracted to. I find them really, really charming, really sweet. Or I really enjoyed their relationship with other Seinfeld characters. They really fit in that world really well. Who were some of your honorable mentions?
You just talked about her. It was Toby.
Oh, there you go.
She was an honorable mention for me. And for the sake of what you said earlier, how wonderful a character she was, and the enthusiasm was, and the way Kramer just ate it up, and everybody else could not stand her. And that one moment that we touched on when we did the fire episode, I like that. When she got so serious.
Yes.
It was frightening. And it's almost Michael Richards-esque in that you can't write that kind of stuff. Like, I'm sure they said she has to be a very energetic person, but energetic with a hint of annoying. And she just did that perfectly.
Absolutely.
So
that's really tough too, to be so annoying that you like the character. And again, that's purely subjective because I know a lot of people hate Toby. But yeah, she really does it for me. I'm glad that you gave her an honorable mention there.
My other honorable mention would have to be Jerry's wife, Meryl.
Yeah.
Meryl Seinfeld, played by the lovely Courtney Cox. I love that this was one of her first acting roles, and she got it a couple weeks right before she landed the Friends gig. I like how we got to see Jerry domesticated and playing the part of the husband with the I love yous, 15-9, and that's why I'll get the short stack. She was really sweet. I really liked Courtney Cox in seeing her in a Seinfeld role.
Someone else I want to throw into the mix here, though. I don't know if you have her written down, but I love Karen, Lisa Edelstein from The Mango.
Oh, the risotto broad.
Yes, and the masseuse. She comes back. Honestly, she was going to be my number 1 just because, I love the actress. I love the character. I like how she fits in the group. She works so well with George.
She could have been a series regular, and I would not have been upset with that.
Yeah, if they brought the show back, remember in Curb, there's the whole like George, fiance wife arc. I could have seen Karen being George's wife. Mm-hmm. She can really dish it back and forth with him. There's something about Toby's, being a package full of energy that just elevates her to my number 1. But wanted to give a shout out to Karen, probably as my number 2.
Good call, Stan.
And looking at the comments left by our listeners, it turns out that Laura, the lineswoman, was voted number 1. These were all really close. You had Laura, the lineswoman, Rachel was up there too, as well as Winona and Meryl. So they were all kind of lumped together. There was only one shout out to Toby. But you'd like this. There was a shout out for Olive, Kramer's girlfriend.
Hey, why is she in her underwear?
With those like bugle fingernails.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But let's move on to our favorite boyfriends from this season. Boyfriends are always easier to come up with just because, Elaine is the only one dating guys out of the main four. And she really doesn't date that many. I think Jerry and George date the most, then Elaine, then Kramer.
There was a post on Reddit. Did you see it? Was the boyfriends and girlfriends throughout the year, and it was a "Data is beautiful."
Oh,
post.
I didn't see that. No,
and it showed throughout each season and who had the most. Kind of cool.
I assume Jerry has the most, right?
Yes, followed by George. Him and George were neck and neck, and actually George may have. I'm actually not sure. George might have edged him out.
Mm-hmm. But with the boyfriend list, there are two top contenders this season. I was tallying up the scores from all the listener comments and emails, and it was neck and neck. I mean, I'm taking one, taking the other, going back and forth.
It was, might I say, it was a close call.
Someone had to step off. But let's do some honorable mentions, Vinny, because I think you know the two boyfriends I'm talking about there. Wanted to give a shout out to Joel Rifkin. I assume he wasn't your number one, was he?
He wasn't my number one, but he was an honorable mention.
Yes. Or as a lot of our listeners pointed out, Remy Rifkin.
Oh, OJ! Oh, please, change your name to OJ.
Yeah, I remember when we got to this episode, we loved this character. His performance, or the actor's performance, was just fantastic. He seemed sort of sensitive, a little out of it, like he didn't pick up, who would be calling me here?
Yeah. And I just wanted you to know I was willing to stick it out with Joel Rifkin. Sure.
Yes.
Anthony Sestaro did a great job as Joel Rifkin from The Masseuse. So go ahead.
Well, leading up to that moment, when they get into the big fight over, what to change his name to, he really seemed like a good fit for Elaine. Seemed like a sensitive, kind of soft guy, someone that she really went well with.
I agree. That would have been the type of guy I could see her settling down with.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he seemed very 90s with that spiky hair, the blue denim shirt with the khakis and the white shoes.
Right. And let's not forget that wonderful shot when she's reading on the couch and he approaches her with his hands like he's about to strangle her.
And
massaging your neck.
Oh, massaging. Oh, also the way he, when they're fighting, he would do these little moves and these little mannerisms to suggest that he had a little bit of a serial killer tendency, where he'd be like, and his hands would get all tense like he wanted to strangle Elaine.
Sure.
Very good choice on his part.
Yeah, so that's an honorable mention. But the two obvious contenders for the number one spot, we've got Hunky Tony, and we've got... Aaron the Close Talker. Now, Vinny, I'm not kidding. I think there was maybe a difference of 3 or 4 votes between these characters.
Well, let's see if we can get it a little bit closer. Who is your number one?
Well, my number one is the number one that everyone else chose, so it's not going to change the results. But do you at least want to guess? Let me throw it your way, because you don't have the results in front of you.
I don't. I think the listeners tend to have more of a soft spot than go for the hunks. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to go with Aaron, the Close Talker, from the Raincoats.
All right. Well, you guessed wrong.
What?
It was, in fact, Tony. Tony was Tony was picked number one by our listeners.
You superficial bastards.
Aaron was number 2, unfortunately.
Damn.
But it was neck and neck to the point where you can just tell these two are the best boyfriends this season, and I think 2 very memorable boyfriends, in the series as a whole.
Aaron was my number one. He was so sweet and so genuine and so odd in the way he would get up in everybody's face and not flinch at all.
Yeah.
And I loved his unwavering devotion to the Seinfelds. What was the play they saw?
Oh, we saw My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. Took him in the carriage ride, and he had to get some water on the plane. Somebody get the Seinfeld some water.
2 of our listeners on Facebook, Tom and Aaron, both brought up the they bought me a Coke as being one of their favorite lines. Just fantastic. Who doesn't love Judge Reinhold? So sweet, so genuine. And for me, my favorite moment of his is when he gets right in Jerry's face. what do you say, Jerry? And he's just an inch away. I'm swamped.
Maybe I'll try and catch up with you.
Love that. But Tony was the number one chosen by listeners. He is, in fact, my number one as well. He's just this really wacky, over-the-top character. He's not as loud or as obnoxious as Toby is, but I still think he's really out of place in the Seinfeld world.
In a good way, though.
Yeah. He's a wacky character, I guess I should say.
He was perfectly cast. Dan Cortez is so handsome as Tony, this hunk, but he really had a knack for comedy in this role. Did you forget about me, babe? You better step off, George. He was
beat it, dude. Love that one.
He was perfect for that role. So yeah, I totally see why he was voted best boyfriend of season 5.
If you check out Dan Cortez on Twitter, he has not aged a day. Like, I don't know if he was really young during his episode, The Stall, but yeah, looks fantastic. He could reprise his role in that in season 10, whenever that happens.
One day.
But I mean, Hunky Tony, just one of the best. I could see Tony staying in that top 10.
Yeah.
Out of all the episodes. Well, let's move on to a little category here called Our Favorite Single Shot. This is dedicated to characters that only appear in one episode of Seinfeld, excluding the finale. We don't count that because so many characters come back. There is one obvious answer for season 5 as my favorite single shot. I wonder if you have the same character, Vinny.
I have 2.
Okay, you have 2.
We already talked about one of them.
Oh, really? Who would that be?
Toby.
Oh, Toby. Toby's one of your favorite single shots. Okay.
Toby's my favorite single shot lady.
Okay.
They're brimming with positivity. Plus, she's the head editor of Penda Publishing now. Is that right?
Yeah, senior editor. Yeah,
senior editor.
She got the job. Oh, but you know what? She's probably out of a job now that Pendant crumbled.
Matsushima. That's right.
Oh no.
Conglomerate didn't pick up. Damn. Aw.
Poor Toby. Who is your favorite male single shot character?
This one might be a bit polarizing, but you remember how much I love the Briss.
Yep.
So why can't we get any love for the Moyle?
Yes.
The Moyle, that guy, he was that episode for me.
Yeah.
And even despite Jason, it not being a episode he wanted to do because he thought it was too over the line, that character, I thought the Moyle was incredible.
Yeah, really great performance. He is my favorite single shot as well.
Oh, good.
Funny how our favorite single shot characters are probably the 2 despised characters this season.
Right.
I mean, Toby and the Moyle are so annoying, so over the top, but there's something about those characters that really do it for us.
And just to give a shout out, the Moyle was played by actor Charles Levin, who just crushed it.
Yes, yeah, he was fantastic. I forget too, the Moyle does have 2 scenes, but it's mainly the Briss, when he arrives at the Flick's apartment. And, just as soon as he walks through that doorway, he's on, and he does not stop until George passes out. And I can't imagine how much dialogue he had to memorize. I mean, that must have been like 4 or 5 pages of just ranting and rambling, Coach Butcher and the glass deep in the shag. Oh, what was this? What was that?
It's funny, we were talking about monologues earlier with our Fab 4, but here's a chunk, memorize it and deliver it with energy that you can't even contain,
And again, with the Moyle and with Toby, those are characters that are, again, very over the top, very eccentric, perhaps a little mentally ill. And it's all about the actors. It's all about the actors who brought the performance to the screen. It wasn't just on the page. Very similar to like a Michael Richards situation. Honorable mention, I don't know if you have any, but I wanted to give a shout out to Enzo the Barber. Just because I feel like, similar to the Briss, I don't think the Barber gets a lot of love from most Seinfeld fans. Mm-hmm. And another just over-the-top character that only got 1 episode to shine in. And is he a single shot character, Vinny, but Ricky, who builds TR6, the mannequin?
Well, he appears in 2 episoers, though, so technically not.
Technically not, but
he's more part of the verse.
If you can make an exception to him, I think he deserves an honorable mention as well.
If depending on how you want to categorize him, because he would be up there for me. I'm a big fan of Ricky.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about some single shots here. Let's talk about the main 4, our favorite character moments. Now, this is a fun part because we're finally going to play some clips from the show.
Okay, good. Less is more from the hosts.
Let's start with Jerry. Vinny, what is your favorite Jerry moment from season 5?
Jerry was a tough one for me, but I think you guys all know that I have a soft spot for that black and white. So my favorite Jerry moment comes from the dinner party.
See, the key to eating a black and white cookie, Elaine, is you want to get some black and some white in each bite. Nothing mixes better than vanilla and chocolate. And yet still somehow racial harmony eludes us. If people would only look to the cookie, all our problems would be solved.
Oh, your views on race relations are just fascinating. You really should do an op-ed piece for the Times.
Look to the cookie, Elaine. Look to the cookie.
I remember watching that episode and just wanting, where can I get a black and white cookie? Is this real? Like, I gotta try this thing. And Jerry just equating chocolate and vanilla to, racial harmony, and Elaine commenting to him, I often wonder what you'll be like when you're senile. It should be a really smooth transition.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that was a great Jerry moment for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a classic. And you know what's a shame? I completely forgot about that moment. Like when I came up with my list, I wish I wrote that one down too.
It's really tough to come up with these. You got 22, 24 episodes to go through, and there's so many good ones. And like, again, with George and Kramer, like you said, those are probably going to be pretty similar for most people, with a couple odd ones here and there. But
Sure.
Jerry's a tougher one to nail down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my favorite Jerry moment is in complete contrast with the racial harmony. My favorite Jerry moment is from the cigar store Indian.
Jerry!
Surprise!
What is this?
Well, I felt bad about this afternoon, so I got you something.
Oh, you did? Do you guys all know Jerry? Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Winona. Nice to see you again.
Elaine, is it your birthday?
No.
I don't need a reason to give gifts. It's my nature. I love to make people happy.
It is so sweet.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ta-da! It's a cigar store Indian. Read the card.
That's very nice. Thank you very much.
Read it out loud.
I don't think so.
We had a little fight this afternoon. Let's bury the hatchet. We smoke 'em peace pie.
It's late. I really should go.
I don't blame you, Winona.
Hey,
Are you out of your mind?
It's kitschy.
Winona is a Native American.
She is?
Yeah,
So really can't put a label on Jerry and his feelings on racial harmony, can you?
I didn't realize that until we got to this moment here. Yeah, he kind of contradicts himself a little bit. That cigar store Indian moment, I just love because it's so cringeworthy and embarrassing and awkward, and I love it when Seinfeld can do that. Mm-hmm. Just really make me squirm. And of course, I feel so bad for Winona, but I'm laughing purely at just Jerry's ignorance.
Jerry's stupidity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he keeps going, which is something I relate to. Sometimes I'll say something wrong or stupid, and I don't realize how stupid or offensive it is. I'll just keep going and digging that hole deeper and deeper.
And just like your wife, Elaine is trying to, with her eyes and her head movements, shut up, Jerry. She's trying to convey to him, stop doing this. And it doesn't work.
Yeah, just love that moment. And there's a bit of an audience reaction when he does the, hey, Hoya. You hear someone in the audience go, oh!
So they were doing that back in 94, 95?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I'm just looking over our listener comments on Facebook and Twitter, and God, there are a lot of favorite Jerry moments. You have the puffy shirt, that's a classic. Mm-hmm. You have the classic non-fat yogurt, what the fuck you doing, you little piece of shit?
Yeah.
Great moment. And wanted to give a little shout out to Libby Brown and Pete Courier. All they wrote was, you remember the derm, which...
Ooh, that's a real deep pull. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, under those brutal lights of Fulton being his lone audience member, trying to make him laugh. He could use a good laugh,
Yes.
It's a lot of pressure.
Well, Vinny, what do you have for your favorite Elaine moment?
My favorite Elaine moment, I kind of pride myself in because I have a feeling this might, I don't know why I said that, but I have a feeling not many people went with this one.
Oh, nice.
But we touched on one of the great boyfriends of season 5, Joel Rifkin. They're fighting over a name, and the pure delivery of this line is what makes it my favorite Elaine moment from the masseuse.
What is wrong with Ned?
Ned's a guy who buys irregular underwear. Next!
Ellis.
Ellis? You might as well go with Alex. It's the same thing.
Alice and Alex aren't even close.
Next!
What's the point?
No, come on!
Okay. Remy.
Remy, Rifkin. Should I get a beret?
Stuart's a lot better. Little Stuart Rifkin likes to go shopping with his mother.
The look on Elaine's face when she utters the word Remy, I lose it every time. It's funny, it's cute, it's adorable. Everything that I love about the character of Elaine is kind of encapsulated in that moment. And I always remember that from that episode, from that scene. And Remy is just a word that immediately, or a name that immediately makes me think of Seinfeld. So that is why that is my favorite Elaine moment from season 5.
It's such a funny moment because, the emotions are high. They're fighting, going over these names. So it's like she's exhausted emotionally, but she wants to stick to her guns, and she really believes in Remy, but maybe she's a little underconfident. There's just so much going on with that delivery.
And Joel's retort is as good as it gets. Should he wear a beret? Remy Rifkin.
Great one. Well, my favorite Elaine moment, no shocker here. Well, it was a surprise for her. It was after her date with Phil Totola. She stops by Jerry's apartment in the stand-in.
Hey.
Hello?
So?
What?
Come on, how was your date?
Oh, the date. The date.
Yeah, how was it?
Interesting.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why, what happened?
Let's see. How shall I put this?
Well, just put it.
He took it out.
He what?
He took it out.
He took what out?
It?
He took it out?
Yes, sirree, Bob.
He couldn't.
He did.
Well, you were involved in some sort of amorous...
No.
You mean he just...
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh, quite.
There was no mistaking it?
Jerry.
So you were talking, you're having a pleasant conversation, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah.
It.
Out.
Well, I can't believe this. I know Phil. He's a good friend of mine. We play softball together. How could this be?
Oh, it be. You got any other friends you want to set me up with?
Just another great example of that ping pong writing that we bring up from time to time. Just really short, quick deliveries, back and forth.
That is a great chunk of material for Julia to do. So that is a really good Elaine scene.
Yeah, I feel like Elaine as a whole didn't really get that much material in season 5. I seem to recall a lot of episodes where we're like, yeah, Elaine didn't get much to do this week, or her storyline was really dull. Just whatever. This was one of those classic. While a short, tiny, small.
Micro, if you will.
Micro arc, that episode, it still is one of the all-time classics.
Another ping-pongy type moment that was kind of an honorable mention for me was Elaine revealing that she faked it to Jerry.
Oh, of course.
Fake. That's one of those ones they always put in the commercials, and it's like we touched on earlier, it's Elaine having one up on Jerry, and she's reveling in the moment. So that was a tough call for me to choose between that and the Remy Rifkin, but I had to go with Remy.
Looking over the listener responses, we have shrinkage as a classic Elaine scene where it shrinks. You know? In the Hamptons, they also suggested the stall, can't spare a square. Who doesn't love that scene? And also Remy Rifkin got some love, Vinny. So you chose wisely. Yes.
Aw, thanks, guys.
What about your favorite Kramer moment, Vinny?
Kramer. This one I feel is going to be on par with most listeners, but I can't get enough of that monologue from The Fire.
Well, after he heckled Toby, she got so upset she ran out of the building and a street sweeper ran over her foot and severed her pinky toe. That's unbelievable. Yeah, then after the ambulance left, I found the toe. So I put it in a Cracker Jack box, filled it with ice, and took off for the hospital. What?
You ran?
No, I jumped on the bus. I told the driver, I got a toe here, buddy. Step on it.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Then, all of a sudden, this guy pulls out a gun. Well, I knew any delay's gonna cost her pinky toe, so I got out of the seat and I started walking towards him. He says, where do you think you're going, Cracker Jack? I says, well, I got a little prize for you, buddy. Yeah! Knocked him out cold.
How could you do that?
Yeah, then everybody is screaming because the driver, he's passed out because of all the commotion. The bus is out of control. So I grab him by the collar, I take him out of the seat, I get behind the wheel, now I'm driving the bus.
You're Batman.
Yeah, I am Batman. Then the mugger, he comes to and he starts choking me. So I'm fighting him off with one hand and I kept driving the bus with the other, Then I managed to open up the door and I kicked him out the door, with my foot, at the next stop.
You kept making all the stops?
Well, people kept ringing the bell.
And the decision to forego shooting the scene and seeing the visual representation of it versus just Michael reading it as a monologue, single shot of him. He's driving the bus and he's shimmying, and now he starts choking me. That is the end all be all, one of the best Kramer moments of the series and definitely of season 5.
I got a little prize for you.
Cracker Jack?
Yeah, it's a great scene. Excellent. One of the best Kramer scenes, perhaps the greatest Kramer scene of all time. Who knows? I decided to go a little different for my favorite Kramer choice just because I knew the pinky toe would be the fan favorite and your favorite, obviously, Vinny. My favorite Kramer moment goes all the way back to the bris.
Excuse me. What happened to the guy that was in there before?
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
This doesn't look familiar to you?
Sir.
Wait, now look. I know what's going on. The oink, oink.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I have some patients I
Now
really
listen
have
to me, you little quack. There was a half man, half pig in that room over there. Now, where is he? Where is he?
Half what?
You know what I mean. Pork, sausage, abadee. That's all, folks.
I think he's been released.
He's lying.
Wow, the anguished oink of Pigman. I didn't see that one coming.
One of my all-time favorite Kramer story arcs. I love it. I love the conspiracy, the paranoia, the government cover-up. Well, it's really hard to pick a favorite Kramer moment from that arc, from him running down the hallway with the pigman or the fat little mental patient on his back to...
What if the pigman has a 2-seater? Be realistic, George. Come on.
So many great Kramer moments in that scene, but that confrontation of the doctor in the hallway, I was always a big fan of. Oh, yeah. He's lying. Love that.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah, thank you. I think you said the same thing last time, so thanks again. But it's really tough when there's an obvious answer like the pinky toe. What's the next best thing? Did you have a runner-up or an honorable mention?
I had 2, actually. I had from The Sniffing Accountant, Here's to Feeling Good All the Time,
of course.
The Chugging of the Beer, as well as from The Marine Biologist, why don't we head out to Rockaway and hit him into the ocean?
Yeah. Just so many good ones. And I misspoke earlier. It wasn't unanimous, the pinky toe. There were many listeners who listed the Marine Biologist and the Here's to Feeling Good All the Time. I mean, just classic moments. But
There's a wonderful tattoo that somebody on the internet has of Here's to Feeling Good All the Time. And it's Michael drinking the beer with the cigarette in his mouth. Really well done tattoo. If you guys want to Google that and check it out.
Well, let's move on to our favorite George moment from season 5. Vinny, what do you got?
The sea was angry that day, my friends.
Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. I got about 50 feet out, and suddenly, the great beast appeared before me. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. As if sensing my presence, he let out a great bellow. I said, "Easy, big fella." And then, as I watched him struggling, I realized that something was obstructing its breathing. From where I was standing, I could see directly into the eye of the great fish.
Mammal.
Whatever.
Hey, what did you do next?
Well, then, from out of nowhere, a huge tidal wave lifted me, tossed me like a cork, and I found myself right on top of him, face to face with the blowhole. I could barely see from the waves crashing down upon me, but I knew something was there. So I reached my hand in, felt around, and pulled out the obstruction.
What is that, a Titleist? A hole in one, huh?
I said it before and I'll say it again. My favorite line in the series, I have a Etsy print of it hanging on my wall in my living room. I absolutely love this. I love everything about this monologue. Everything.
It's another pinky toe situation, Almost everyone's saying Marine Biologist, Or just writing "The sea was angry that day, my friends," as you put it. It's one of the all-time bests.
That's another tattoo somebody has. For good reason. Man, going through these moments and these characters and quotes and single shots, I'm thinking, man, season 5 is a solid-ass season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it rivals season 4 almost, now that we're going through it.
I feel like our praises are going to fall off a little bit in season 7. I mean, we'll still love the show, of course, but something about seasons 4, 5, and 6 that just...
We're in that Empire Strikes Back portion of Seinfeld right now.
Of course.
So, with good reason.
Yes. Well, my favorite George moment, once again, I didn't go with the obvious. I went with something that has stuck with me. This is in regards to George's shrinkage, but it's not the scene you think it is. It's later on in the episode when he's sitting down for dinner with Rachel and Jane. This is from the Hamptons.
See, look at this. Rachel, my T-shirt shrunk. It used to be much bigger, and now it's shrunk. See, that's what water does. It shrinks things.
Really? Tell us more, Mr. Science.
What are you doing? Are you telling secrets? What are you laughing at?
It's nothing, George.
You know, it's very impolite to tell secrets. Are you talking about me?
What is it with you?
Easy, big fella.
As much as I love the I was in the pool scene and the conversation with Jerry and Elaine in the bedroom, do women know about shrinkage? Great scenes. That dinner scene where George is just so desperate to try to prove that he doesn't have a small penis. And it's so obvious what he's trying to do, where Elaine's like, "Tell us more, Mr. Science." So there's some, she's making fun of him there. But especially the moment when Jane and Rachel start laughing. There's that.
It's impolite to tell secrets.
Yes. What are you laughing at? What is that? That just a pure gem for me. Love that George moment. Yeah. Just the toughest thing about these recap episodes is, how do we mention everything? We want to mention everything. Some things are going to fall by the wayside. Vinny, is there any just general moment that you love from season 5 that you want to talk about here, or at least bring up that didn't fit into any of the categories?
I have quite a few that I wanted to touch on, just things from season 5 in general. I had a list of all the episodes and things that I just kind of remembered. I saw the episode name and I was like, That's it. That's what I like from that episode. So Jerry and George scheming on how they can use Laura, the lineswoman, to use every possible trick to deceive her, and yet the deaf woman hears all. At the dinner table we touched on earlier, I really like Tony's reveal as Zippy the Pinhead in the stall when he's telling Elaine the story of how he fell, and the camera slowly pans from the kitchen to him all banged up on the sofa. I really like that moment. I think that's probably Tom Sharonis is doing, right? Mm-hmm. Really fun to see Jerry and Elaine argue in the mango. I said, no. Come on, Elaine. The shot of Elaine's shoes as she's conversing with Jane's shoes in the stall. Excellent visual. Mm-hmm. A lot of these, I think, are Tom Sharonis influence. So, and again, his last season with Seinfeld. The inclusion of opera music as well as the soap opera feel in The Barber.
Oh, sure.
That was kind of an unusual direction for them to take, but I thought it worked masterfully. I also loved all the in the non-fat yogurt. I mean, every other word is Jerry pretending to be married in The Wife. I'm being redundant here.
No. It's great though because we want to give everything like some attention, and I guess that's what you look forward to each week when we do the individual episode. But as we're saying goodbye to season 5, you just want to highlight so many moments.
It was a real treat for us to see George living in his parents' house, and I wish we would have got more scenes there.
Of course.
We were so happy at the beginning of the season. We're like, oh, this is it. He's finally moving in. He's back with his parents. And I feel like almost we got a little shortchanged. We didn't have enough.
I feel the same way. I thought there was a lot more to the, George living at home arc, but I think we get more out of these Costanzas in the later seasons.
Well, I think there's moments we get in 7, 8, and 9 that maybe I misplaced, like the scene where Frank is eating kasha in George's bed. For some reason, I thought I might have saw that in this season, but it's not. It's going to be later when Frank stays at George's house. Mm-hmm. I also really like that this is the introduction of George Steinbrenner, voiced by Larry David.
Of course.
Nice to meet you. That was, again, we talked about this shift in the tone of the show. That was really cool to see. Again, my favorite episode, seeing things finally go George's way for an entire episode, the most satisfying for me in the opposite, and the introduction of shrinkage into the Seinfeld lexicon.
Of course. Maybe we could bring up some of the new additions to the Seinfeld universe, like Poppy. His first episode was in season 5.
Jerry!
As well as everyone's favorite Mickey Abbott.
Oh, yeah.
It's great to know that he's officially, in the Seinfeld universe. Just wanted to highlight them. We have so many great Mickey episodes to come. I can't wait to get to those. I still think the stand-in was fantastic, casting that spotlight on the little people and the acting community. I thought that was great. Wasn't a huge fan of Poppy's first episode, but I love that wink he gives Jerry, when he's working on the pizza dough. We'll still get some classic Poppy scenes as the show goes on with the cucumbers on the pizza, and what's another good Poppy moment? The couch scene, right?
Sit down, Poppy. You look tired. Did I ever tell you about my mother?
Yeah, so giving them some shout-outs I think is much deserved. We didn't really talk about Newman yet either. I think Wayne Knight had a lot to do this season. Some great stuff from the sniffing accountant, as you mentioned, in the car, to my favorite Newman scene so far, the Schindler's List, scene with Morty and Helen. Hello, Mrs. Seinfeld.
Hello, Newman.
Yes.
Jerry takes his laundry out.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, what about his scene in the barber? He always thought he had a talent for it.
Oh, that's right.
So that wonderful deleted image of him, so when are you going to go out?
Not for a while. Yeah. Great Newman stuff this season too. So, of course, if there's anything we missed, you wish we talked about, just go back to the episode it's from, and I'm pretty sure we talked about it then as well.
You're putting the onus on the listener? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
We've actually gotten a few messages from people saying that they've re-listened to the show.
Oh, God.
I'm like, wow, and you're still sane. That didn't just drive you crazy.
I'm sorry for that.
But that's just wonderful. I'm glad that you can still get something out of this podcast.
I do that with my podcast that I listen to. I love to go back and re-listen to episodes, so I dig.
Yes, of course. Well, before we move on to questions specifically for us that might or might not have anything to do with Seinfeld, I figured we could talk about one last category, which would be our favorite stand-up from season 5. Favorite stand-up. I knew this one immediately. I'm going to go first this time, Vinny, if that's okay.
Selfish.
My favorite stand-up is from the Raincoats.
I really feel as human beings, we need more training in our basic social skills. Conversational distance. Don't you hate these people that talk to you? They talk into your mouth like you're a clown at a drive-thru. And handshakes is the worst. There's absolutely no guidelines for handshakes. You don't need people too strong, too weak. Sometimes they give you the three-quarter handshake, just the fingers. Early release, late release. Sometimes people will dispute your release. You've let go, they're hanging on. I have actually said to people, hey, the handshake is over. Too many pumps, coming in too high, too sweaty from too far away. Sometimes a guy will give you a strong grip, late release, and pull you in for the too close conversation. To him, I say that's 3 strikes, you're out.
That was one of the ones I had.
Oh, really? Okay, nice.
Yeah, but I got others.
Okay, cool.
I got others.
I already brought up on the episode, The Raincoats, how much I love the stand-up. It always stays with me. To this day, I would love to memorize the stand-up and be able to use it, in public. Just rip Jerry off completely.
Hey, I did that.
Yeah, there you go. At my wedding, actually.
Yeah.
You ripped off some stand-up there. But, this is just a perfect example of just really clever stand-up mixed with really complicated, wording, too long, too weak. Sometimes they give you the 3/4 handshake with just the fingers, early release, late release. It bounces back and forth so much. I am blown away that Jerry got this all in one take. And
it's a stand-up that pertains to the episode so closely.
Yeah.
Because there is a close talker that will talk into your mouth like a opening at a drive-thru or... I have a few. Well, hey, you guys all know I praise almost every stand-up each week. The opening stand-up, the final stand-up. If there's a middle stand-up, I'm going to praise that one too. But I am going to settle for the fire.
To me, the thing about birthday parties is that the first birthday party you have and the last birthday party you have are actually quite similar. You just kind of sit there. You're the least excited person at the party. You don't even really realize that there is a party. You don't know what's going on. Both birthday parties, people kind of have to help you blow out the candles. You can't do it. You don't even know why you're doing it. What is this ritual? What is going on? It's also the only 2 birthday parties where other people have to gather your friends together for you. Sometimes they're not even your friends. They make the judgment. They bring them in, they sit them down, and they tell you, these are your friends. Tell them thank you for coming to my birthday party.
We touched on this throughout season 5, but it seems like Jerry has really been able to tap into the human psyche and kind of find a lot of material that's very relatable. So for the sake of birthday parties when you're young, when you're old, it's true. Babies don't know that it's their birthday, and I've gathered your friends for you. And the same thing when you're an old person. These are your friends. Thank them for coming to your birthday.
So depressing.
And they do need help with the cake blow. So
that's true.
I do like when you can
There's that
equate
term again, cake blow, which she uses, yes.
Yeah. So that is going to be my favorite stand-up.
Oh, nice. You got a second favorite?
I also like the Raincoats like you.
Oh, nice.
That you just mentioned. But I got a couple honorable mentions. I got one, the Hamptons, the humans' fascination with water.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the ocean throwing us out.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't.
As well as the stand-in, with the bus being the single stupidest, fattest, slowest, most despised vehicle on the road. Even sounds like an old guy trying to get out of a chair.
Excellent choices. Love it. Well, I think that's going to come to the end of our Season 5 recap. We're going to move on to some questions from our listeners here. I did not review any of these before I read them out, so we're going to be put on the spot, Vinny. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do it. I have no idea what's coming.
All right. We won't get to all of them today, so apologies if you don't hear yours read, but we'll try to get to most. On Instagram and Facebook, I included a photo of us, Vinny, from our college days, holding black and white cookies and a bottle of Yoo-Hoo. Do you remember this photo?
Sadly, yes.
I texted you before I posted it. I'm like, is it all right if I use that photo?
And I said, what the hell?
Only because it's pretty embarrassing. We're much younger, got some pretty dopey expressions on our face, not to mention that we're posing with a cookie and a chocolate drink. What
were we thinking? Why did we think that would be a good idea? I'm kind of glad we have the picture now.
Sure.
To reminisce, but back then we thought that was cool.
did thousands of people have to see it online? That's the question.
It's funny when you sent me that picture, I had a Curb moment where I'm reminded of Jason Alexander goes into Larry's office and they're gonna kick around some ideas on this show, and Jason Alexander got the speeding ticket and he got caught at one of those red light cameras, or it was a red light camera ticket, excuse me. But Jason's looking at the picture and he goes, "Boy, am I fat?" and Larry goes under his breath, "Yeah, you put on a little weight." And I looked at that picture and I'm like, "Damn, I'm a chubby little guy there."
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Vinny, all the weight that you lost over the years just stuck to my body.
Oh, get out of here!
We pretty much switched body types over the years. Did you enjoy the little teasing on Facebook? The comments I'm talking about?
Absolutely. That cracked me up. I laughed out loud, so thank you. To the listeners that said, "Boy, you lost a lot of hair." And then there were some replies to that saying he is aware, and that's what they tell him. But yeah, I did lose a lot of hair. So thanks for noticing.
A couple of shout outs to, your Michigan State shirt, of course.
Yep.
As
well as, hey, we got some 311 listeners as well from the Hive. I had a 311 poster on the wall, and I totally forgot I did have the glow-in-the-dark stars that they noticed on the wall. So keen eye to our listeners as well.
Glow-in-the-dark stars on your wall. Come on. The ladies love it.
Yeah.
Let's go over some questions here. Jeffrey Fishback asks, what's your favorite season up until now? That should be a pretty easy question to answer. We've only covered 5. What do you think?
One only has 4 episodes in it, or 5 episodes. It's close now, because I was going to say 4, without question.
Sure.
But after going through today, 5 has some great episodes. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be tough. Your call. What do you think?
I'm going with 4 still.
Yeah.
I think 5 is fantastic, but when you have the contest, the outing, and for me the pilot, just those 3 episodes in season 4, not to mention like the pitch, the ticket with NBC, I just love that arc so much. I think 4 is always going to be my favorite.
I agree. That is the pinnacle of Seinfeld, the Junior Mint. Implant, you said the outing already, but like there's a big chunk of episodes towards the latter part of the season where it was just home run after home run. So for that reason, 4 has to be the top season, but 5 gave a valiant effort.
Close contender. I mean, maybe we could go another step further and rank them. I'd probably go
like to do this
4, 5, 3, 2, 1. I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. I would agree with you on that.
For now, yeah.
But it's funny, even though I'll say 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, I still love 1, 2, 3 as a chunk, as a trilogy. Just because it's the writers kind of finding their way. What's the show about? I want it to be about New York, about comedy, real discussions about the minutia. I love that about the first 3 seasons, and that's always going to have like a special place in my heart.
Totally. Well, A. Rose McCoy has 5 questions for us here.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we'll try to burn through these. In the puffy shirt, is the low talker, Leslie, is she actually saying anything, or is she just mouthing gibberish? I assume she means the actress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good question. What do you think? We have no knowledge unless we speak to the actress, but...
I wish we could consult Laura, the lineswoman, to let us know. She'd be the best expert on that if she could find out if there's any bullshit coming out. I have a feeling she's mouthing gibberish.
Interesting. I don't think there's necessarily anything in the script, but I would think that the actress is saying something just to help, kind of set the pace.
Well, I often wonder when, when you see a scene of, the principal actors talking and then you have extras in the back in conversation, are they really having a discussion, or are they just kind of, moving their lips and then... I'm talking to you now. I'm kind of pretending to talk to you because there's other people in the background talking. Are they doing that, or is it just moving their mouths?
There's
Are there any actors out there that we can consult?
Well, I know there's a phrase that a lot of people say. Is it carrots and peas, something like that? They'll just say the same phrase or mouth those words. to make it look like they're having a conversation. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm going with she's saying something, and you're going with gibberish on that one.
Yes.
In the non-fat yogurt, what the heck is wrong with Lloyd Braun to think Elaine was fat? What is she, like 100 pounds max? This moment always confused me. She broke a chair. Was it made out of toothpicks?
Yeah, well, that's Lloyd Braun is a jackass.
Yeah.
At least this
this version of Lloyd is almost
not my kind
worth
of guy.
Almost not worth mentioning because he's such a jerk to
He is a jerk.
to Elaine.
And we love Elaine. She's luscious. She's ravishing.
Oh god.
I know. Maybe it's because she had that big jacket on, that long trench coaty jacket that she looked like a full-figured gal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's something wrong with Lloyd 1.
Yeah. I mean, regarding that chair, I have sat on a few wobbly chairs. I haven't broken any of them, but it's just a matter of time, until a chair breaks, and it could be someone as big as Newman or as small as Elaine.
I was going to say, maybe Newman sat on the chair and the wood was so compressed from the weight.
Why was Newman there?
Never mind.
Okay.
That Elaine sat on it next and it broke.
But in regards to that comment, Lloyd thinking that Elaine was fat, it does play into the arc that episode, right? How they've gained weight, but
she gained 6 pounds in the episode.
But still, to make a comment like that to someone like Elaine, it's like, Lloyd's just an.
You're a lot of woman. You, Lloyd.
Was that a you, Norm reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In the pie, what do you think really was? I forgot the character's name.
Audrey.
Audrey, jeez. In the pie, what do you think Audrey's problem was? Why she didn't eat the pie? We kind of addressed this in a joking manner, a really stupid joking manner, but we accused her of being a recovering neo-Nazi from the limo when she played Ava.
She was unbrainwashed.
Mm-hmm. Unbrainwashed, as the term goes.
She still had, to her core, this malcontent for Jerry because he was Jewish. Is that what we're getting at?
Right, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I can't eat pie with...
She's like, I don't know what it is about him, but I just find him revolting.
Mm-hmm. But, logically, why she doesn't... I think it had to do more with germs, with Jerry, because we never see them kiss. They're never affectionate. Yeah. So maybe they haven't really, locked lips yet. Maybe that's kind of like a weird...
Perhaps.
...thing for her. Hence why she goes back to Monk's to have pie.
Maybe she can only engage in that kind of contact with somebody after they've brushed their teeth and rinse with plaques diluted in bleach. When she's done with his mouth, she'll be able to eat off it.
So logically, it's a germ thing.
Also recall the doodle when Jerry mistakenly put somebody's pecan in his mouth, and he's so repulsed that it was in her mouth.
I'll make an exception on that one. That's a lot of saliva, right?
Oh, birds feed each other.
Okay. In the opposite, what was up with the beverage on Regis and Kathy Lee? Was it cold, rancid, etc.? This is the one that Kramer, takes a sip of and spits everywhere. We kind of brought this up. You didn't really give me, your opinion on it. I thought it was just too cold for Kramer.
If anything, wouldn't it be too hot?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
if you're going to spit, it's because it's too hot, not because it's too cold.
Here's the lowdown. Here's what I think happened. I think backstage they said, "What do you want in your mug?" And he said, "Do you have a decaf cappuccino?" And he got a caffeinated cappuccino, and he could taste the caffeine, and he spit it out because he's on no caffeine.
How did they get the caffeine out of there?
And then where does it go? Well, it's going to keep him up past 9 o'clock now, and if he's not in bed by 9 o'clock, you don't have to tell you what happened.
Or maybe he is used to drinking coffee with a little bit of Hennigan's in it or something like that.
Ah, there we go.
No Hennigan's, too weak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the dinner party, do you think Jerry got sick from that woman's germs, the lady behind the counter? Or was there really something wrong with that cookie? Great question.
Ooh, yeah.
Never thought of that, because that lady, she's hacking up a lung.
Yep.
All right, I'm done.
They traded some hair for some phlegm. There might have been her hairs all over that joint, too.
Oof, God.
She's shedding.
I always thought there was just something wrong with the cookie, obviously Schnitzer's, right? The bakery isn't up to code. The health code, that is.
That's a great bakery, though. That you show people class when you go to Schnitzer's.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great theory. I don't know if you would necessarily throw up from eating someone's what is it, a pubic hair, or was it a hair off their head?
Oh, it's kind of caught. Ooh, another thing to mention about that episode that I loved was the inclusion of Jerry's vomit streak and how it came to an end. That was another great moment of season 5.
Of course.
Totally forgot about it.
Well, let's move on to Alan Leica. He has a question on Facebook. Why did it take me 23 years to realize Jerry's sweater was made of mohair and not mole hair?
That's the quote. That's the one that got me. I thought it was mohair too. It is mohair.
Yet another, word or term that I learned from Seinfeld. I had never heard of mohair prior to Seinfeld. And we just heard from one of our listeners, Paul Elliott, on Twitter to say that the dictionary.com word of the day is supercilious.
Hey.
Another word, he and I'm sure you also learned from Seinfeld, right?
That's right. It's a fine descriptor of Elaine.
Yeah, so no worries there, Alan. I think a lot of us heard mole hair at first.
That'd be a cool prop to, if somebody could try and knit or fashion a mohair sweater in that same fashion to get from the show.
Yeah. Well, we have a question from Megan Carlisle on Facebook. She wants to know, what Seinfeld quote or reference do we use the most in our everyday lives?
With each other or just with other people out in the wild?
I think either, really, because the two of us go back and forth a ton of times.
Every day. I know we talked about, a term for affection is 15-9.
Yeah, that's
if one of us is kind of there for the other one, we'll say 15-9. But I do use giddy up a lot with friends when we want to make plans, and that's my way of saying, "Oh, I'm in." I'm down.
Vinny, I'm kind of a cop out, but I think giddy up might be my number one. Instead of cool or all right or sounds good,
always giddy up.
Always giddy up. Yeah, that's probably it. For some reason, and this has nothing to do with the sequel, but we always quote Will Ferrell in Zoolander. Why does he go? What's happening?
Oh, yeah.
He's like at the fashion show and people are trying to interview him.
Yeah, and he's walking by and
he just goes,
who got to? That one stuck for us.
Yeah, we do that a lot. There's an Estelle quote we use a lot that I'm trying to remember. It's not, oh my God, and it's not...
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one, yes. That's a big one, jeez. God, there's so many. Putting us on the spot, it's really hard. We could spend all day thinking up our obscure ones. But yeah, giddy up is a big one. Congratulations. We'll try to think of a few more and bring them up on future podcasts.
I think you hear them almost in each episode when we... draw them from other episodes.
We're going to get off Seinfeld for a second here. From AJ Sherman asks, Matt, what was my favorite thing about Star Wars The Force Awakens?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a fun topic to cover.
Good question.
Well, I'll tell you this. I enjoyed the experience of seeing Star Wars The Force Awakens more than the movie itself. Vinny, you came up to see the movie. We took the day off. We got in line at 11 a.m., for a 7 o'clock showing.
Thank you.
8 hours early. We were going to see it on IMAX 3D. We were third in line. And we sat down and we bonded with some of the greatest Star Wars fans I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. It was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And then, we should keep in mind that it was raining out, freezing cold. So the theater brought us inside. They were planning to line people outside. They brought us inside. We chilled for a while. Then you and I raced home to grab my Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. We got back.
And the DVDs. Somebody wanted to watch Empire Strikes Back while we're waiting.
Mm-hmm. So we came back. The line is gone. We have no idea where they are. They're all inside the theater. So we run in, and we've got a crowd of maybe, 30 people. They've grabbed their seats. We put on Empire Strikes Back on my laptop, pump the volume, have a little marathon in the theater. It's 4 hours before the movie starts. And all these people start trickling in over the next 4 hours. We have a great guy in front of us, Will, with his son. Mm-hmm. And also, there's a Seinfeld connection with Will. Should we bring that up here?
Oh, yeah.
So this is really interesting. If anyone's still listening, we're talking to this guy, Will, and he's like, we're talking about our hobbies, and we mentioned how we do a Seinfeld podcast. And what a small world. Will's sister was featured in an episode of Seinfeld. She plays the bald woman that Kramer sets George up with. And I don't remember her name, but, she takes her hat off at Monk's and she's, bald underneath.
She's bald, Jerry.
And he told us that they actually filmed a lot of different versions of that. They filmed a scene with her wearing a bald cap, interacting with George.
And she was on camera, yeah.
Yeah, on camera. Mm-hmm. A lot of different versions from that scene. So it was kind of cool. I'm like, oh my God, what a small world.
We also binge watched the first, the original trilogy in preparation for it. So it was really fun because I know that's your favorite kind of franchise of all the franchises. Mm-hmm. So kind of watching you be excited for it was a treat for me. And also interacting with those, what great fans, just like I think there's great Seinfeld fans, evidenced by this show, seeing people dressed up and just so friendly and so excited. As soon as, the Star Wars theme started playing and you saw the scroll, applause.
Yes.
The whole theater, it was probably my favorite movie-going experience I've ever had.
Oh, that's great.
You got a favorite moment from the movie itself?
Yeah, let's get back to the original question. Favorite moment from the movie itself would have to be... I'm spoiling it, so spoilers for The Force Awakens. But to me, the moment that gives me chills to this day, and I actually started crying during the movie, is during that final lightsaber duel in the forest. And it's been leading to this moment. It's Finn versus Kylo Ren, and Finn gets taken out in less than a minute. And when Kylo Ren uses the Force pull, tries to bring the lightsaber to him, and he struggles, and it flies past him, and Rey catches it. Mm-hmm. Such a beautiful moment, because that was about Rey really accepting who she is and what she has to do. Mm-hmm. Something she's been running from the whole movie, denying, and then finally just embracing it. And I saw that great mix of fear and courage in her eyes. I guess you really can't be brave without being afraid. That was definitely the highlight for me. What about you? I like the kitty.
Yeah. I liked BB-8 a lot.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a cliche answer to like BB-8?
I think BB-8 was the fan favorite for sure. Enough Star Wars talk. Vinny, AJ has a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Quote, as a fellow bald man, how old were you when you began losing your hair, and at what point did you decide to shave it?
So that's the question. You get a question about Star Wars, your favorite franchise, and no clue, no Wayne's World or Seinfeld. I get a question about baldness. Is that how we're going to do this?
Hey, you have to understand, you are in the bald community. You got to support your fellow bald brothers.
With all due respect, yes. I think I started losing my hair in high school, actually. I remember these in school being like, hey, are you going bald? They'd actually ask me that. And to a teenager, you do not want it. You know how bald guys get complexes? It's from people like you. But it started thinning in high school and throughout college, and I fought hard to keep my historic remains of this great civilization of hair. But it was I remember the moment when I was like, I'm shaving this because this is ridiculous. Was you, me, and your wife Liz went to Target in 2011 to take some fun Christmas photos.
Oh man! Yeah.
And we wore funny red colored outfits. I had a red sweater. You had a sleeveless vest or something, or you had a stupid handlebar mustache. And we got those pictures back, and I'm like, man, I'm losing a lot of hair. So then I shaved it soon after that. So at the end of 2011, early 2012 was when I decided to shave my head. And I gotta say, it's a pleasure now.
Yes.
To be Chrome Domus.
I think you look fantastic. No, you totally have like a Jason Statham thing going on, man. Like if you grew out the sides a little bit with the beard.
Oh. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. So, AJ, thank you for inquiring, and to my fellow bald brother, I salute you.
Nice. We've got a question from Dara Murray here. What do you think is the opposite of tuna? Chicken, salmon, or something else entirely? That's a good question. Going back to the opposite, your favorite episode.
I would go with chicken purely because of Jerry's bit about chickens on the land, fish in the sea. There's no chickens in the sea. So I'm going to say with chicken is the opposite of tuna.
Yes, I would agree 100%. Nice work. Andy Scop. Hey, you remember Andy from the Brooklyn Cyclones game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Andy?
Great guy.
He asks us, Favorite product mentioned on Seinfeld. His would be Chuckles. He loves Chuckles.
I don't eat that gooey crap. Up until this point or all time?
Let's not be so hard on ourselves and just make it the first 5 seasons.
Okay. A lot of good ones. But I got to go with a classic again, purely just the way it was utilized in the episode, the product placement, and it's actually quite refreshing itself, is the Junior Mint.
Junior Mint.
My go-to snack for movie outings.
There you go. I'm going to go with a similar tasty product from... It's mainly about Kramer's delivery. In the dinner party when George is talking about Pepsi and Ringdings, and Kramer goes, "Ooh, I like Ringdings."
Yeah.
That's my go-to right now, for sure.
But again, if you ask on a different day, I might say Snapple because it's too fruity. So, but today it's Junior Mints.
Well, Vinny, we're running a little late here, so I think we should jump over to Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, Greg Sten asks, Vinny, would you convert to Latvian Orthodox for a woman? Or a man. Sorry.
Depending on the girl, I think I would.
Well, we didn't bring her up during our favorite girlfriends, but in terms of our attraction to people, step aside Lisa Edelstein and Marlee Matlin, I love Sasha from the conversion episode.
Oh, really?
And I know you're not a huge fan of her. And
not at all.
Different strokes for different folks, but...
I wouldn't convert for her.
Oh, my God. I am smitten with her. I love Sasha. I think she's gorgeous. No? No? All right.
I'd rather have the lobster.
Well, Vinny, both you and I were raised Roman Catholic. Lapsed Catholics, as it were.
I don't know what I am anymore.
But if there were a special someone in your life, that wanted you maybe to join their religion or maybe return to Catholicism, would you do that for that person?
If I met somebody and I cared about her and I thought that this is a girl I could potentially spend the rest of my life with, I would absolutely participate with her in either going to a mass or in things she found meaning in. So yes, I would.
That's a shame. Let's move on to Peter Courier. Great question here. Love when you work in quotes from Clue. Maybe our favorite movie, right? Like,
you got that straight.
Yeah, when it comes to our friendship. Which Seinfeld character would play which Clue character? And Peter throws a suggestion here. I see Jerry as Mr. Green because he's single, he's thin, and he's neat. Great joke there, if you've seen Clue, the movie.
Absolutely.
That's a tough question. We could spend a while on this, but does that make sense for you, Jerry and Mr. Green?
I do see that totally, and I buy Peter's logic as to why we would cast Jerry as Mr. Green.
Mm-hmm. However, though, Mr. Green is a little accident-prone, which makes me think of Kramer.
Right.
George as Colonel Mustard or Plum?
Well, so I was going to go with Kramer being cast as Professor Plum because Kramer's a very sensual being. He has an effect on women. Professor Plum doesn't have an effect on women, but all soldiers visiting a house of the ill-famed, all soldiers do, don't they?
Yeah, he's a womanizer. Sure.
I would cast Kramer as Professor Plum.
Oh, I like that. So Kramer is Plum, Jerry is Green, George is Mustard, just because Colonel Mustard is pretty pathetic.
Search me. Okay. And I would cast Newman as Mr. Body.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's the foil.
All right, so Newman is Mr. Body. Where would Elaine go of the 3 women? Or, I mean, you also have Yvette the maid, but of the 3.
I would say Elaine would be Miss White.
Okay.
Just like Putty on their trip back from Europe, he's coming home in a body bag, and Miss White puts her husbands in body bags.
I'm leaning a little bit more towards Miss Scarlet and Elaine, regardless of which Elaine you choose, because there's something about Scarlet where she seems to be a very strong, confident woman, and she doesn't take a lot of crap from guys.
That's a really great point. Miss Scarlet does exude the most kind of female power. Yeah, out of all the characters. So that's a good one.
I mean, Miss White is a strong character, but she seems to be more of just one of these people who kind of jumps from husband to husband, and...
I do find Miss White to be the funniest of the women in the movie. She's my favorite female lead in Clue. Maybe that's why I'm equating Elaine with her.
Toby could be Mrs. Peacock.
Yeah, there we go. We got to get Toby in there.
Toby is Mrs. Peacock.
Terry Hatcher would be a vet. Or, excuse me,
Yes.
Sidra. Sidra would have to be a vet.
Sidra's
Surely because they're real and spectacular.
So I guess, I mean, are you okay with Elena as Mrs. Scarlet, or do you want to...
Yeah, I'll concede.
So who would be
So we
Mrs.
need a
White
Mrs. White.
then? I think Sidra should be Mrs. White, and then the maid from the maid should be Yvette, no?
I see what you're doing there, but I don't like...
They're both, prostitutes, call girls, so...
Says who?
Remember the maid at the end?
Oh, that's right.
What, am I your girlfriend, or am I some sort of prostitute?
Whoa, let's keep this sophisticated. Or we could have the French woman that Jerry leaves Meryl for be a vet.
Okay. I think we're going to take too long on this one. So we've got Jerry as Mr. Green, George as Colonel Mustard, Kramer as Professor Plum, Elena as Miss Scarlet, Toby as Mrs. Peacock, Sidra as Mrs. White, and then that random French girl as Yvette the maid, and Newman as Mr. Body.
Now we have one more character to cast.
Wadsworth
the butler.
Oh, boy.
I think we should use John Ritter's cousin.
Perfect.
Because he hired him to be his butler.
Oh, God. Wonderful question. Thank you so much, Peter. Hopefully we didn't lose the rest of our listeners.
Just delete the whole damn thing.
Okay.
Jesus.
Paul Elliott asks on Twitter, which season 6 episode are we looking forward to the most? Well, we're looking at the episode guide here. Vinny, what do you think?
I think given the silly nature of the episode, I'm looking forward to the Fusilli Jerry. For one.
This doesn't mean it's our favorite episode of the season.
No.
Just the episode. I don't think people love this episode, but I'm a huge fan of Larry Miller as the doorman, so I'm going to go with the doorman.
Okay.
For sure.
A lot of good ones coming up, though. We got the face painter, the doodle, the Jimmy, Kiss Hello,
I think
label maker.
I think season 6 could top season 5 for sure.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you never know.
You get out of here.
Well, since we're running so late, we're just going to take one more question, unfortunately, from Twitter. Thanks to everyone who wrote in. This is from Daniel Wynn. Are there any special guests coming up anytime soon? Writers or actors? I would love another one of those. What do you think, Vinny?
Yes, Daniel. We are actually in the process of working on lining up some people to interview. Matt and I are going to take the month of March off, in a sense. We're not going to do the regularly scheduled weekly discussions, but we're going to hopefully fill that time with some interviews with people who are affiliated with the show in some capacity. Some listeners have actually reached out to us, and they have some connections to people that either worked on the show or knew an actor or somebody that's on there for a single shot. So again, reaching out to you guys. If anybody knows anybody affiliated with Seinfeld while it was in production, please, if you can help us get in contact with them, we'd love to interview anybody who worked on the show at some point.
Yes.
We'd love to interview them.
You can just give them our email, seincast@gmail.com. That would be a great way to get in touch with us.
And to Megan, who asked us the question of any other quotes that we use in our daily life, whether it be between Matt and myself or with other people out in the wild. And I did think of one from the bloopers of season 4 when Jerry is saying to Elaine to stick with the bouillabaisse, and George keeps coughing. Yeah, just like that. And he cannot get through. Jerry cannot get through the scene. He keeps laughing. And at the last moment, Jerry finally gets through it. I think what he's saying is, stick with the consommé. And Elaine goes, he got it. Whenever Matt and I are trying to get through a line or say something and we flub, which you guys hear every week, and one of us finally gets it, we're going to hear a,
he got it.
All right, I guess that just about does it for us here on the Season 5 recap of Seinfeld episodes. You know the drill. Please feel free to reach out to us on seincast@gmail.com, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And again, if anybody has any connections to anybody affiliated with Seinfeld during its run, please give them our contact information. We would love to interview them and have them on the show.
There you go.
See you next time.
Well, Vinny, we're not going to be back with our Season 6 discussion until April 7th. We're going to fill in that That time, though, with some interviews, hopefully. Keep your eyes tuned to our podcast feed. We'll return on April 7th with our discussion of the first episode of Season 6. What episode is that, Vinny?
There she is, Miss America.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
The chaperone.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.